Hello students, a good day to all. The subject today we are going to see is immunology. In the topic immunity and its types. Okay, and then you should know about what is immunology, right? So immunology is a very important branch of medicine and biology. It is the medical study of immune system in all living organisms. You should know, right? And then you should know about what is immune system, right? So in that immunology you are studying about the immune system, right? So the immune system is a complex network of organs, cells and proteins that defend the body against infection, at the same time as protecting the body's own cells. Okay, so it protects an organism from any kind of infectious diseases, right? It also detects and responds to wide variety of pathogens, so that is called as immune system, right? And then the immune system is it is composed of organs, the immune organs and the immune cells are responsible for the functioning of the immune system, right? So the organs, lymphoid organs are involved in the immune system. So these are classified into two types, primary lymphoid organs and the secondary lymphoid organs. Here the thymus and bone marrow are the primary lymphoid organs. This is the place where the T and B cells, okay, immune cells which are created here only, right? So that is the primary lymphoid organs. Then secondary lymphoid organs are lymph nodes and spleen and tonsils and other related tissues which are involved in the immune system. So these are the primary and secondary lymphoid organs involved in immune system. Okay, you understand, right? Then the cells, okay, the T and B cells, and the types are different types of cells involved in immune system. Okay, T cell, B cell, and then natural killer cells, monocytes, macrophages, neutrophil, eosinophil, basophil, mast cell and dendritic cells. So these are the cells which are responsible for the functioning of this immune system, right? So we have seen about what is immunology and then immune system, and what are the organs and cells which are involved in immune system. Okay, so then the immune system is function with the term called immunity. Okay, so the immunity, you should know about what is immunity. So immunity is the ability of body to protect against all types of foreign bodies like bacteria, virus, toxic and other toxic substances like chemicals, right? That is the chemical which cause some diseases. So that is the toxic substances which enter into the body and disturbs our system, right? So as it protect us from the diseases, it is called as disease resistance. So the immunity, the term the immunity also called as disease resistance, right? So lack of this immunity is known as susceptibility. So the susceptibility, it means the term susceptibility that carries the disease, okay, to the body. So if it is lack the immunity power, so immunity power in our body, so susceptible, the body susceptible to various diseases. So that is known as, here the statement, lack of immunity is known as susceptibility, right? The immunity is done by, again, the immune system. Already we have seen, right, before slides. So which is a complex network of lymphoid organs such as bone marrow, thymus, spleen, etc. Okay, then here you should know the types of immunity. Okay, what is immunity we have seen. In that we have the various types of immunity. Okay, so that is, one is innate immunity, okay, and then acquired immunity, right? Innate immunity, it means the immunity occurs from our birth itself. Okay, so that is the innate immunity. Then other acquired immunity is again classified into active immunity and the passive immunity. This active immunity again classified into natural and artificial. Again this passive immunity also classified into natural and artificial. Okay, natural, it means through our food diet, like that we can get the immunity, so that is the natural immunity. And then a baby gets the immunity from the mother. Okay, from the mother, so that is the one type of natural immunity. Artificial, it means through the vaccination and tablets. Okay, and then artificial immune cells, tissue transplantation, like that, that will comes under artificial immunity. So if it is the defect in our immune system or in the lack of immune power, it leads to, that is AIDS, like that, diseases, that is acquired immune deficiency syndromes or diseases. So we will get immune deficiency diseases. Okay, so that's why the immune power is very important in our body. Okay, so in detail we will see about each one, that is innate immunity. Okay, first we will see about innate immunity. The innate immune system is the body's first line of defense. Okay, so this is the first line of defense against germs entering the body. It responds in the same way to all germs and foreign substances. Okay, so it is sometimes referred to as non-specific immune system. Non-specific immune system means that is any pathogens enter into our body, automatically our body responds to that pathogens. Okay, so that is the non-specific, and this type of immunity, it occurs from at our birth itself. Okay, so that is the innate immunity. This is classified into species immunity, racial immunity, individual immunity. Okay, species immunity, it means individuals of same species show uniform pattern of susceptibility to different bacterial infection. So that is the species species immunity, that is specific to some species. Okay, and then racial immunity, it means within a species different races show difference in susceptibility to infection. That is when common when you take the microorganism, so there will be the species different races, so the differences in the susceptibility to infection. So that is the racial immunity. Then individual immunity. Okay, so individual immunity, it means the individual in population. Okay, in a whole population, the individual shows variation in their response to microbial infections. Okay, so someone will affected by a bacteria, someone will affected by a virus, like that. Okay, so the individual responds to a specific pathogens. So the factors influencing the level of innate immunity in an individual are age, hormonal. These are the some factors which are responsible for this immunity. Okay, so age, hormonal and influence, and nutrition also. So this is known as individual immunity. Okay, understand girls, what is species immunity, racial immunity, and individual immunity. Okay, and then another type is acquired immunity. Okay, so that one is, first one is innate immunity, right? Here the second one is acquired immunity. The acquired immunity is the immunity we develop. Okay, we develop our lifetime, during the lifetime. The innate is it occur at the birth itself. Okay, so இது வந்து during lifetime. So it is get come from a vaccine, exposure to an infection or diseases, another person's antibodies. Okay, that is infection fighting the immune cells. Okay, understand? Then we already in the flow chart we have seen various types of acquired immunity. Okay, so the first one is active immunity, second one is passive immunity. Okay, The active immunity, it means it is induced by natural exposure to the pathogens or by a vaccination, right? So that is the active immunity. Through the vaccine we'll get the immunity, right? So it can categorized into again two types, right? So that is, one is natural acquired immunity, another one is artificial acquired immunity, right? Then another second type is passive acquired immunity. This passive immunity is achieved by transfer of immune products such as antibody or sensitized T cells. As I said, that is tissue transplantation, that is blood cells transplantation. So through that we will get some immunity. So that is called as passive immunity. Okay, it is of again classified into two types: natural acquired immunity and the artificial acquired passive immunity, right? So these are the types of acquired immunity. So here the flow chart again shows that the active immunity, it is the immunity we develop after being exposed to the some pathogens or foreign particles. So that is the active immunity, right? So that is classified into natural and artificial. Here the example is antibodies made after response to a infection. So after the infection, the antibody will get produced naturally. So that is called as natural active immunity, right? Then artificial immunity, it means the antibodies made after getting a vaccination. So we are getting nowadays the vaccine for different diseases. So after vaccination there will be the production of antibodies. So that is comes under the artificial active immunity. Understand, girls? Right? Then the passive immunity, right? Again the passive immunity, the immunity you acquired from someone or something else. Okay, so for example the blood transfusion, like that. Okay, the passive immunity, or one person to another person, the transfer of immunity. So that is called as passive immunity. Okay, so again it is classified into natural and artificial. Here the example for natural passive acquired immunity is best example. So that is the baby, right? Baby in the mother womb. Okay, so the baby getting the immunity from the mother. So that is the one person to another person, the immunity getting. Okay, the antibodies are transferred to mother to baby. So that is the example for natural passive acquired immunity, right? So other last one is artificial immunity. So that is here the antibodies are acquired from an immune serum medicines. Okay, some will get the serum from one person to another person. Okay, so that is the artificially we are transferring the blood cells. So that is the artificial passive acquired immunity. So these are the example for the acquired immunity. Okay, understand, girls? Okay, we will see the summary, right? So up to this we have studied what is immunology, right? Then what is immune system. Okay, so what are the cells and organs which are involved in the process of immune response or immune system, right? Then we have seen about the immunity. Okay, in that we have seen innate immunity and the artificial immunity. Okay, so innate is the immunity happens at birth itself. Okay, adaptive immunity, it means we have again classified into natural and the artificial. Natural, it means our body during the lifetime, our body naturally getting the immunity, that is the natural immunity. Artificial, it means something artificially we will introduce the immune cells to our body, then they will produce the immunity, that is called as adaptive or acquired immunity. Okay, understand, girls, this class? Okay, thank you.